My dream? To become Formula One world champion. My everyday goal? Staying focused, staying calm. Watch the road unfolding in slow motion. Never close my eyes. Take risks. Always keep control. And attack. Attack whenever I can. When the final line has passed, never regret. My destination, the future.
I haven't spoke to people who are managing my contracts, but I hope the final result of the championship doesn't affect the decision or opinion where I should be next year. It would be nice that something could become available in Formula One. It's really my dream and my ambition to get a seat there. So I'm just going to sit tight and see what happens.
It wasn't easy to come so close in the championship and to not get it. You know, although second is good, it's not good enough. But you know, I was quite busy the weeks after with the Formula One, going to the races as the reserve for Red Bull Racing. So I was occupied, which helped me sort of get over it a little bit quicker. But you know, I still think about it, and it's one of those events which you know, you'll never completely forget. But at least I've got another chance this year to try and take it back. So you know, that's given me a new motivation, and it's going to be you know, a challenging year as it always is. But I think I've got you know, the right mentality approaching this year, and enough experience from last year to hopefully take it out.
The winter is always really long, so we try to find some stuff to do to kill the time. And well, we have always many stuff to do. Of course, a lot of training. Then nothing special. I had some holidays during Christmas and the New Year in France, Italy, with friends, family. So yeah, it was okay. But the winter is always too long for a racing driver, so it's a little bit boring.
I think the best preparation is to be as fit as possible and just maintaining a healthy lifestyle, because I'm going to be doing lots of travelling, and for sure it's going to take a lot of energy out of me. So I think when I am home, just to make the most of it and to sleep well, eat well, train well. So then when I'm, you know, travelling away and doing the races, then hopefully I'm in the best condition possible.
Beside the possibility or beside the talent driving a car extremely and extraordinarily fast, he must have the right attitude, which means he has to be prepared to work hard as well on the physical as on the mental side, and also be involved in all the technical issues like car setup, development of a car, program, testing program, and all these things. So, to say simply, all his life has to be focused on motor racing.
Yeah, today is quite a special day really. It's just mainly filming, just for advertising purposes and whatnot. So, you know, I'm fortunate enough to drive the car, and I think Seb and Mark are resting and preparing for their test at the end of the week. It's a good opportunity for me to drive the new RB7, and yeah, the car is so special and so unique that it's always a privilege to drive it and get in it.
Daniel's been with us as part of the Red Bull Racing Young Driver Programme for some time now. He's getting a little bit of time in the car in testing, and has proved himself to be quick and consistent. He's done some very good short runs and long runs under a little bit of pressure sometimes, and so far has impressed us with his feedback and his driving, both in the real car and in the simulator, which is a lot of young drivers' time these days. Specifically, I would say he's a very complete driver. There are no gaps in his ability so far. Obviously the experience will come with time, but so far, for the time he's had in the car, he's shown very good maturity and speed, which is what you need in a young driver.
My parents helped me a lot while I was in karting. My father owns a karting center, so for sure that was really helpful for me when I was in karting. Then when I went to Formula 1, I mean to single seaters, I won this championship, which was a French championship. Then Red Bull contacted me to do a test in Estoril. We were a lot of drivers, maybe 20, and they were taking the two best after 2 days, and they took Daniel Ricciardo and myself.
Let's start with the one who is the farthest so far. That's Daniel Ricciardo, or Ricciardo if you're in Italy. I met him first at the test in Estoril, and from the first lap we saw that there is something special. He was more or less sideways, really always on or over the limit, but at the same test there was Jean-Eric Verne from France. He was younger, so he was in a lower category. He has developed to a really mature but also very aggressive driver.
I believe I've grown up in one of the nicest cities in the world, and so that was fun, you know, with my friends. We're always playing sports, and you know, believe it or not, I've never actually done surfing, which is a bit sad, but you know, we did a bodyboarding a few times, and you know, just even going down to the beach and even sitting on the sand was good enough. You know, all my friends have always been pretty fit and active, so we've always enjoyed a good kick in the park, or you know, a game of cricket or something. So I've been pretty blessed to have grown up with such a strong sporting background.
Yeah, this is all the beginning here in go-karting. So I think the first race was, what, 1999?
98.
98. But that's a 99 one, that's one of his first ones.
I think that was my first proper trophy.
Yeah. When I used to do it was just for fun. It was just a weekend racing. There was never anything too ambitious. It was just a lot of fun with a lot of my mates and family, and yeah, we used to love it. Yeah, when you got your kids there, and especially Daniel, that you could see his eyes gleaming, and yeah, you could see it. He loved it.
Il m'a toujours dit qu'il voulait faire son métier là-dedans depuis l'âge de 4 ans. Maintenant, voilà. J'aurais jamais pensé qu'il ferait de course. Je voulais d'ailleurs pas qu'il en fasse, sachant les soucis et l'implication financière qu'il y avait. Il faut être complet aujourd'hui. C'est compliqué, la F1. C'est beaucoup plus compliqué qu'il y a quelques années. Que j'ai voulu devenir pilote de course, mes parents n'avaient pas du tout de moyens. Et j'ai fait de la course quand même. J'ai fait de la course en kart, un tout petit peu des écoles de pilotage en voiture, et puis j'ai dû m'arrêter. Et donc, dès que j'ai gagné de l'argent, j'ai monté une piste de kart parce que je voulais sortir des champions. Donc j'ai eu des dizaines de pilotes que j'ai formés à très haut niveau, au niveau du championnat du monde, au niveau du championnat d'Europe. Donc j'ai cette expérience un peu que j'ai mis au service de Jean-Éric et qui j'espère l'a aidé. C'est un pilote débutant, c'est pour l'instant. Quand il sera en Formule 1, qu'il aura un contrat, bah voilà, ça sera bien. Mais je pense que les parents de pilotes souvent gâchent tout parce que mon fils, t'es le meilleur, t'as gagné une course, t'es beau, Non, c'est pas vrai. Jusqu'à 20 ans, ils apprennent à piloter. Donc, évidemment, quand ils font du bon boulot, on lui donne pas un coup de pied. Mais s'il fait pas du bon boulot, on lui dit que c'est de ta faute, tu prends tes responsabilités.
Depuis que j'ai 15 ans, ça n'a jamais été assuré que je continue. Ça fait partie de moi, quoi. Il faut les résultats pour continuer. Voilà, après, que ce soit Red Bull qui mette la pression, l'équipe ou même moi-même, mon but, depuis que je roule, ça a toujours été de gagner.
Don't really give Daniel a lot of advice these days, just to let him know that we're here. I used to say to him when he used to get into a car or go-kart, just go and do what you do best, and that's about it. I don't never say to him, you shouldn't have done that or you should have done this. I think he's smart enough to learn, and you need to make some mistakes to learn. He doesn't need me to tell him, he knows.
No, I mean, yeah, I've always been a competitive kid. You know, growing up, whether it was playing tennis, even playing a video game, or you know, ping pong, cards, whatever. I've never really liked losing. On race 1 at Silverstone, yeah, I had the biggest accident I've had in a race car before. You know, I think for the fans it looked a bit more spectacular than what it was for me.
At first I thought it wasn't happening. Can you see the car roll and you're waiting, but then finally when he got out of the car and everything was fine, yeah, it's a sigh of relief.
I was surprisingly okay. You know, I didn't feel any pain, so I knew I was okay, and it didn't really scare me so much.
I don't think it's anything I'll ever get used to, but yeah, it's always at the back of your mind, but you try not to think about it.
Yeah, my mom is really a little bit scared about me, about my health. There is a potential danger in this sport, but if you have to win, you have to think first of all about winning and being focused on your things, not about the danger. When I was 9 years old and I tried a kart in Moscow, I said to my dad after the first time that I want to do this sport, and my goal was from there I said to myself and to my father that I want to go in Formula 1.
Да, я уже, когда мы были в России, я уже понимал, что ту цель, которую ставит для себя Даниил, уже невозможно, находясь в России, достичь. Поэтому нужно было уже ехать ближе к европейскому картингу. Поэтому я это понимал, и необходимость этого переезда тоже я понимал.
To be good in motorsport, you don't have to feel tired in the car. You have to be really good prepared mentally, and endurance is a very important thing because you have a 30 minutes race and you have to be always concentrated, so you have to be physically really very fit. So that's why I'm doing lots of strength exercises. Neck is very important, upper body is important, everything, every part of the body is somehow important in motorsport. So we're working step by step, improving every part of my body.
I have my mind clear. I know what I want to be in the future, and I know that I have to sacrifice some sort of things to be a Formula One driver. So I don't have any problem with that. I like my life. I really appreciate it because I'm always doing what I like. So this is a great feeling for me. Well, I started playing go-karting in the karting indoor of my dad when I was 5-6 years old. Then after having some fun there, when I get into the 11s, I said to him, okay, I want to be a professional, I want to become a Formula One driver, it's my dream. I was always watching Formula One races in TV and I was always having like a lot of fun watching them. It was like my dream.
For sure, at the beginning, I didn't want to push him very strong in motorsport. Then, starting to participate in some championship, always in the indoor, start to win. From there, I said to him, if you want, I can help, but this is going to be difficult. Especially you with your name, if you come to motorsport, it is not going to be easy.
Vamos, 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 4. Vamos, 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 1. 2, 3. Vamos, vamos, vuelvo, más, 2, 3. Vale, descansa. 10, 9, 8.
It's hard to sort of to put a name on my exact role, what I'm doing this year. But the challenge of me driving and doing well in the championship is one, and then handling the travel and everything else is another challenge this year. So it's a full calendar for me, and we'll see. You know, we've come a long way to Australia here from Europe, and you know, I flew in a few days early to try and get over the jet lag and try to do some training as well and get the blood and circulation going in your body. Then I think this all helps, and then we'll see. I think as the year goes on, I will just get more used to it. So if I'm coping now in the early stages, then I think I'll be okay.
I don't know, it's that funny feeling. It feels like he's been there before or he was always meant to do this. He just sort of fits in, it doesn't faze him. Even when I saw him do the Abu Dhabi F1 test, I mean, it was like he'd been there before.
1-year-old, 2-year-old, he'd have my racing helmet on and going down the driveway with a pedal bike, pretending he was a racing driver, and he does it like he's been doing it for 100 years. He just does it naturally.
My goal for the season is to, I guess, increase my skills and experience in Formula One, and you know, learn all the circuits and get acclimatized with the team, and hopefully prepare for something in 2012 with Formula One. And in World Series, I plan on winning the championship. I came so close last year. Just missing out, so no excuse this year. I will win, and that's all.
As I mentioned in the beginning, we are looking for a driver who can win in Formula One, and only very, very few drivers can do that. So within Formula One, your strongest rival is your teammate. So, and the sooner you learn that you have to fight your teammate, the better you will do in Formula One.
C'est pas trop comparable. Daniel, ils ont la même méthode de conduite, ils ont eu la même école avec SG Compétition. Je pense qu'ils sont vite tous les deux. Sauf que Daniel, il a 1 an d'expérience de plus, il a 1 an de plus que Jean-Éric. Donc ça évolue énormément à cet âge-là. Donc pour moi, Daniel, c'est une référence. S'il y a une place, ça ne sera pas forcément pour les deux, mais ils sont très amis tous les deux et ils s'entendent bien.
Je m'occupe de Jean-Éric Vergne. Et ça depuis le début. Ça, c'est un grand moment de ma vie. Première fois que je l'ai vu rouler dans une voiture, je savais qu'il avait un plus par rapport aux autres. Après, de dire il peut aller en F1, il peut pas aller en F1, c'est juste impossible. Tellement de paramètres qui entrent en ligne de compte, mais j'ai l'habitude d'être sur les circuits, j'ai l'habitude de voir les jeunes débuter, il avait un truc en plus. Après, ce truc en plus, encore faut-il s'en servir, le développer, pas tomber dans beaucoup de pièges, il y a beaucoup de pièges, et pour l'instant, on se débrouille pas mal.
L'année dernière, pour Jean-Éric, la 3.5, c'était un petit peu le cadeau qui arrivait sur sa saison de F3. Donc, il n'avait pas de stress puisque ce n'était pas son championnat. Donc, c'est vrai que je pense que quand il n'y a pas du tout de pression, les résultats, malgré tout, sont plus faciles à avoir. Donc Daniel étant toujours là, donc c'est clair que le challenge est vraiment très très gros cette année et qu'il y a un bon niveau, donc il va vraiment falloir qu'il soit très bon.
Hey Daniel. Hi Al. World champion, huh? Around the corner. Well done.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Good.
Well, I've known Daniel's parents very well, and we're at the Barbagella Raceway and saw Daniel racing in his Formula Ford, and the potential he had and his determination, and the style of his driving. I approached his dad if he needed any help with some sponsorship, because I said to his dad, I said, this guy is Formula One championship material. I want to see Daniel on every podium, on every track in Europe, and he will get there.
Je suis jamais tranquille parce que je sais que s'il ne gagne pas un championnat, chez Red Bull, c'est dehors. Et s'il est dehors chez Red Bull, moi, je peux rien faire. Parce que j'aurai jamais les moyens de l'accompagner, mais c'est pas que des moyens chez Red Bull qui sont importants. C'est qu'il travaille, il a la chance de travailler au simulateur, il a la chance d'être au contact avec des ingénieurs de la F1, et tout ça, on peut être milliardaire, ça ne le remplacera jamais. Donc, la seule chance, c'est d'y rester.
For sure, being French doesn't really help for sponsors. I mean, I'm really lucky to be with Red Bull, but even when I look at some sponsors in France, it's really, really hard to get some. So, I mean, I'm in the perfect position. I'm with Red Bull. I have everything if I want to go in F1, so just need the results. And this being French or not French doesn't matter.
You know, the real goal has always been world champion for me. So you always want a bit more, and yeah, definitely in it to win it. There's no feeling like crossing the line in first and knowing that that you are the man on that day.